Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Thompson, and my guest is Dana Hotle from Chamber Project St. Louis, and you're celebrating your 10th anniversary.
We are.
You know, so I read the kind of like about us story of how you guys got started, and I thought it was really, really cute. If you want to kind of, explain here today for people watching, how did you start?
Well, musicians are a small group, really, and so I'd moved back here after college, and I'd been here for a few years, and I started meeting some of the other musicians in town, and we were just literally hanging out at night, having a glass of wine, just talking. We started talking about music, like, oh, I really love this piece, and then we said, well, let's do it. If we don't do it, we're not going to get to do it. Like nobody.
Like at that moment.
Right. Well, no, not at that moment. I think maybe too much wine to play the instruments at that point, because we had this idea. Okay, we had a meeting, and then we had another meeting, and we somebody scored a venue, and so we put on a concert. And then we did another concert, and then we got in way over our heads for a few years. We're going to do a series, and we're going to do this, and we had this idea that we really wanted to take this art form that we love so much, which is chamber music, and we really feel like anyone can like this music. You don't really have to know very much about it, but if you know a little bit about it, the more you know, the more you can enjoy it, right? But there is sometimes a stigma around classical music that you have to dress a certain way, and you have to only clap here, and that it's kind of rigid, and it's only for a certain kind of people, but it's music. Like it's here for all of us, and we like it. So maybe a lot of other people would like it too, but they're intimidated by the venue or something. So we initially played in a lot of bars, or we got a lot of donated space. Thank you, Schlafly Tap Room, and various other places. We still get a lot of donated space to bring the music into places people are already comfortable going, like a wine bar or the event space in a brewery. Or we've expanded so much that we now play sometimes in slightly larger venues, but we still hold to that mission of we want to play in really small places where we get to know our audience, and they get to know us, and they get to know each other, and to really create a community through music, and to really hopefully enrich people's lives by coming out once a month and hearing some music.
So we were talking about, obviously the concert this weekend is a it's a co-presentation, a collaboration, and you've done these commissioned works. So when you first started out, were you just doing like the popular chamber music sort of hits, or was it?
No, we always knew we wanted to do some of that, and some, presenting living artists is so important. This is a living art form. And like I said earlier, underrepresented voices in the art form, like really finding them and playing them. Our budget was a real constraint for a while, so we played some smaller, less well-known pieces just because that's the people we could afford to hire. Right. Now things have the support from the community has been tremendous, and now we have a nice budget, and so we can play some bigger pieces and stuff. But yeah, so actually our concert in February is our 10th anniversary celebration concert, and we'll be bringing back some of those early pieces that we played early on, like over and over and over again when we just remember those first couple years.
What do you think people love about when you think about chamber music? Because if you talk about grand scale of going to see, symphony, there's the feeling that you get an experience of an orchestra playing. It's
big,
obviously
it's dramatic,
dramatic, and the sound. How do people experience, would you say, for chamber music?
I think it's much more conversational. You're much more a part of the music. I mean, you can be this close to the performers in some of our venues if you get there early enough. And it's getting to talk to the performers as they come off the stage, and really interacting with the artists and the audience members. So it's very intimate, it's very warm. You can usually have a drink during the performance, or sometimes a bite to eat. So it's a lot more casual than the more ritualistic symphony performances, which are great in their own right. I love it. I mean, I play that music too. It's wonderful music.
And it brings you closer to that art form and that appreciation when you're experiencing it so close.
And you can hear the individual artists so much more. Like you can get to know them too if you keep coming to the concerts.
Well, congratulations on 10 years. That's great. We've got the information there for you on the screen for the season kickoff. It's taking place this Friday. It's Faith. It's presented by the Missouri History Museum in connection with the #1 in Civil Rights exhibit. Again, Friday at 7:30 p.m. For more information, go to chamberprojectstl.org. All right, well, there's more STL Live coming up. Stay with us right after this break.